Alright, I hope it's not too dark. How I'm filming this. I just got off work. It's pretty early in the morning. So Saturday, I went and saw Sonic at the theater, and I've been following the I like to call it the Red Death, the coronavirus, COVID-19. I've been following that pretty regularly. My favorite, what I found to be the best sources of information for me, has been a website called wooflu.live. It's now like called COVID-19info.live, but either one of those works. Either one of those URLs work. And then also a channel on YouTube called Peak Prosperity. There's a doctor on there, a pathologist. His name's Dr. Chris Martinson, I believe. Anyways, he has been doing like daily updates on it, and he's very good compiling the information in that wooflu.live website. It's very good at compiling information too. Anyways, I've been following this kind of since the news broke, and I'm not an expert. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a virologist. I'm not medical worker. Although I did work in a hospital. My first job out of college, I worked in a hospital. And that's one of the reasons why I don't really feel comfortable with everything that I've heard, too, because I know how hospitals are. I know that hospitals don't even tell their own employees what's going on in terms of suspected contagion cases there. The name of the game here in America is to keep everyone in the dark until they can't be kept in the dark anymore, until it's too late, until they realize it. And then you admit to it, but you downplay it. And I think that's the case for most countries. Not all countries, but a lot of countries go that route. Now, like I said, Saturday, I saw the Sonic movie, which, as a side note, it was pretty good. Jim Carrey did a good job, performance-wise, like since his early '90s shit, and I actually had some legitimate laughs from it. It wasn't too bad, better than I expected. But I went there. The theater was packed. I had to get a seat with people to both sides of me, and the guy next to me, man, he was obviously fucking sick. I mean, just sick as shit, and I was thinking, why the fuck are you going to a packed movie theater? You're fucking sick. And he wasn't the only one I could hear, like coughing, sniffling, all that shit. And I had been saying, all right, I'm going to go out. I'm going to stock up a month's worth of supplies. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to wait till I get paid. I mean, I had money in my bank account, but I had to use that for other bills, blah, blah. And after that, I was like, all right, the time to act now. Everyone's fucking sick. I mean, everyone at my work's been sick with the fucking flu anyway. I had the flu earlier. I had it in October. And I had influenza A. And that was nasty enough that it got me to quit drinking. I haven't drank since then. I mean, like, on my birthday in late December, I had a couple drinks, and a couple times other than that, I've had a few drinks. But I mean, I haven't drank like a lot. I drank very moderately, and I've really cut back. Other than those handful of times, I haven't drank at all. Compared to, I was binge drinking, and I was drinking every day once my wife left me for several months. Not good. And I saw immediate health improvements once I quit drinking. But, I'm going off on these tangents here. I said, all right, I'm going to go get a month's worth of supplies. Now, I still had bills to pay. I didn't want to, spend too much money. So what I did was I got a month's worth of supplies of non-food items. So I got probably 2 months worth of toilet paper, probably like 6 months worth of fucking hand soap. I got like 2 gallons of hand sanitizer. couldn't find masks anywhere. You're not gonna. If you find masks, good for you. You might want to go to like hardware stores and tell them you're laying like sheetrock or something like that, and they have some good respirators there. That's what I ended up doing. I got a bunch of Lysol wipes. Anything that's like not food related that I would need. And I stocked up on that. And Monday morning when I got off work, I stopped by my parents' house and I told my mom, I said, hey, the shit's going to hit the fan. And she took me seriously, thankfully. I told her too, I said, what I'm just as, if not more worried about than the Red Death is the stock market. Well, not the stock market, but just the economy in general. And I told her we're going to see a global depression, not a national recession, nothing like that. We're going to see a global depression. And then, of course, later that day on Monday, the stocks tanked. They tanked yesterday. They're going to tank again today. They're just going to keep tanking. And if you've been following it, if you've been following, the ports that are closed in China, how they have, half, if not more than half of their country under quarantine right now. They're not working. That's the number one manufacturer in the world. And now, you have epidemics in Japan and South Korea. Those are the top 3 economies in Asia. So, you don't have to be a fucking expert. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be an economist to know that the shit's about to hit the fan. If you're observant, you will know that. If you've been following what's been going on, you're going to know that. And it's, I told my parents, I said, hey, I'm going to be staying at my house. I'm going to be going to work. I work in a factory. And I'm going to be staying at my house. And I'll come over to their place, see them, talk to them. But that's going to be it. I'm not going to be going to any other movies. I'm not going to be going to any restaurants. I'm not going to be going out to eat. I'm not going to be going to any parties. I'm not going to be going to any events. I'm not going to be doing anything social. I'm not going to be interacting with people other than what I have to at work. And that's going to be it. And I have a little portable thing of hand sanitizer. So when I cannot wash my hands, I'll be using that. I'm going to be very conscious of what I touch. I told them to make changes in their social habits. Don't shake hands, don't hug people, don't, try to keep 6 feet away from people. That's what Singapore, I think it was Singapore, it's either them or South Korea, I think it was Singapore. That's what they recommended early on. Keep 6 feet away from people. I think it said 2 meters. But, my parents, they've heeded my advice. I told them to stock up on a month's worth of supplies at least. And, the only other people I had to convince are the people at my work. And, personally, if they don't want to take it seriously and they fuck themselves over, I don't really care. That's, I can let them know what's going on and, if they heed that advice or not, that's up to them. But I do care for the fact that I am working with these people. Now, I'm not having like a whole lot of close interactions with them, but I do have some throughout work. And, I was telling them today, they need to be prepared for this. And, some of the people that I work with, they agree with me. They're taking it seriously. But a lot of them, it's more so older people. The younger people, they're taking it more seriously. The people that are, in their 50s, maybe late 40s and older, they're not really taking it seriously. They're brushing it off, and they're being very flippant about it. And what they're saying, one of them, they said, "Oh, well, you're panicking." I said, "I'm not panicking. I'm being prepared. There's a big difference, and I want other people to be prepared too, because what's going to happen is if I get the Red Death, it's going to be, in all likelihood, from someone that brings it into my work. So, my own self-interest, I want these people to take it seriously, so they don't infect themselves, and they don't come to work, and they don't infect me, and they don't infect other people as well. And that's what I told her. And then her and other people too, and they're all older people that are saying this is, well, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go, and something's gonna kill you, and blah blah blah. I mean, it's cognitive dissonance here, and it's selfish on their end to think that stuff to begin with. And a couple of them are even saying it's like some conspiracy to sell fucking more groceries and shit. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the grocery industry is what controls us. This is all just a big conspiracy because they want to sell more fucking spam and more bags of rice and shit. Get out of here with that bullshit. But it's selfish on their end because, all right, if they don't take their lives seriously, that's fine. But are they going to have that same reaction? Are they going to be saying the same things when people they care about, their family, their loved ones, their friends, when and if they get sick, and when and if they have to go to the ICU and be put on ventilators and breathing machines, and if they die, are they going to be that flippant about it then? So, my advice, take this seriously. I don't care what government it is, whether it be ours, the Japanese government, the Chinese government, Iranian government, all the governments out there, the last thing they want to do is they don't want to be forthright with how serious this is. Because they don't want to disturb the economy, they don't want to cause panic, all that stuff. So the fact that we have the CDC now, as of yesterday, coming out and saying it's not a matter of if, but when there's an epidemic of, they're saying coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever, an epidemic of the Red Death here in America. And you have San Francisco, the city that's fine with people sharing needles and shooting up heroin and pissing and shitting in their streets en masse. They're fine with that. That's fine. No problem with that. But they have serious problems with the coronavirus. They're scared enough of that. They're going to preemptively call a state of emergency. Do you really think that, this stuff's going on? We're getting this type of response from our own government at this point, and we know we shouldn't be taking this seriously? There's no incentive for the government to be doing this right now. And that's why they've been dragging their feet this long. And what really needs to happen is they need to ban travel. I mean, stop these airline flights. I know it's going to be bad for the airline industry, but tough shit. I worked in the airline industry before too, and I'm glad I'm not working in it now. But they need to get rid of that. I mean, not all non-essential travel done. And I know this, you're not going to get that because politics. But, what I suggest to everyone, go out and buy a month's worth of supplies, food and non-food items, things that you will need. Keep masks with you in your car. Gloves, if you can find them. Carry hand sanitizer with you. Carry Lysol wipes in your car. You're going to have to go get gas at some point. Imagine all the people that touch the gas pump. Wipe that down with some Lysol wipes. Use it after you're done. Use hand sanitizer, or better yet, if you can, wash your hands. Just stay away from people. Quarantine yourselves now. And this is not a flu. This is not, cold. This is not something that's temporary. You get it and it's temporary. It is a disease. Think of like HIV. You get HIV, that leads to AIDS. AIDS is a disease. HIV is the viral infection. Right now, you get novel coronavirus, and that leads to COVID-19, coronavirus disease 19. Look up the CDC website. Their numbers of who they've tested. They've only tested like 426 people in this country. And if you look at that page that lists how many people they've tested, this is coronavirus disease. This is a disease. It's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. You're not going to get rid of it. So this is very, very serious shit. And I hope everyone's taking it seriously. If not for your health, then for the health of your friends, your family, your coworkers. And, I'm going to go back to making, kind of more typical content for me. I don't like to do serious videos. But, I just had to put this out here. And, what's it going to take? I haven't been going out talking to a lot of people because, again, I'm trying to quarantine myself from everyone. But of the people I've talked to, it's probably maybe half of them, if that, they realize this is a serious threat. And, the other half, maybe more than half, are still not taking it as a serious threat. And, what's going to have to happen for them to start taking it as a serious threat? I hate to think of that, but they're going to have it come to their doorstep. And that's what's going to happen. So stay safe, everyone.